Nothing doing today as the Phillies win streak is snapped at 6. Welcome in to Phillies Postgame Live, brought to you by Cure Auto Insurance. Amy Fiddle, Ruben Amaro Jr., and Ben Davis. And guys, we talked about it earlier in the 7th inning. Nothing seemed to be going well. Yes, Contreras was pitching pretty well for the Pirates, but their bats really just didn't have anything going. I know it was a lot with the curve, you thought, Ruben.
Yeah, I think right out of the gate, I mean, they struggled a little bit defensively, and Pittsburgh swung the bats well. Roansy, Contreras was just outstanding with that breaking pitch. You can call it a slider, you can call it a curveball. I think it's more of a slurve, and the Phillies have a little bit of a trouble with that pitch, and he went at early and often, and was tying him up. There's no question about it. We're
going to hear from Rob Thompson. We're going to check in with John Kruk coming up. But Ben, yes, they had the win streak going at 6, and they do finish the home stand at 7-4 on the 11 games. So that's the positive. Anything to take away from this more than just one of those days?
Yeah, it is one of those days. It was a dud, and you just have to get over it and worry about the snakes in the desert tomorrow. So, it's one of those things. I mean, JT had a hit, Harper had a hit, and Vierling had 2 hits. It was just a dud of a game and just not able to get anything going offensively. And Syndergaard was elevated a little bit with his fastball today, and they made him pay.
Yeah, some of those day games they've only won 2 day games in the month of August. As we head over to Citizens Bank Park and check in with John Kruk. John, what is it about the daylight? Are they vampires out here that just don't do well in the daylight?
Yeah, I have no idea. It's odd, though, and it's become a trend, really, for the Phillies, especially in August. Only 1 day game win.
2.
So they have 2?
2. They got the Braves on the 3rd and then the 7th.
Huh. Well, they're better than I thought then.
2 and 6 is not a great record, but yeah, the point still stands.
Yeah, it's hard to explain. I mean, it really is. I know Buck Showalter and some others have a theory that, players that have lighter colored eyes have trouble in day games, and so I have to start looking at eye color of the Phillies players and determine that you have to start the 8 guys that have brown eyes.
Wow, Johnny, that's the first one for me. I've never heard that one, but you learn something new every single day.
Stick
in
around,
baseball,
Ruben.
right?
Stick around. I'll educate you on the game of baseball.
Hey, I did want to ask you about Noah Syndergaard. What did you see? What was the difference between his first 4 starts and what you saw tonight?
Just command. He left too many balls out over the middle of the plate. And the Pirates executed. They had a safety squeeze that they executed with Allen up at bat. They had 2 out hits to drive in runs. Noah just made a lot of, like you say, command mistakes. And the Pirates, look, they're major league players, and they got some guys with talent. They might not look at the stats and say, wow, they're bad. They got some kids over there that they have some ability. And they have some skill, and today it showed up for him.
Johnny, look at Contreras today. He was pretty good. The breaking ball was really...
Well, the same thing, what Ben and them saw, he missed a lot of missed location. He basically, since he's come over here after his first start or 2 for the Phillies, he basically went to a sinker slider pitcher. And but the key to the sinker is make sure it's down in the zone, and he got some up, and the Pirates players just, they came out ready to go, and I think they wanted to end that 7-game losing streak or whatever they were on.
Yes, they did, and they did it at the Phillies' expense. All right, John, thanks so much. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Johnny.
All right, see you guys. Enjoy Arizona.
Ruben is headed to Arizona almost before he's done with this show. We got to get a little bit more info. We are chasing October as the Phillies are in that wild card thick of it. You can see they're in that second wild card spot, 2 games clear of the Padres. The Padres playing right now. They are losing. The Brewers, you see, 2.5 are back. They are winning right now. It is important to note they hold the tiebreaker over the Brewers, just in case. So a lot of those you can kind of extend that lead. 2.5 is really 3.5 when you think about it. There's 35 games to go. Do you like where they sit right now, throwing this game kind of out of?
Yeah, I mean, again, this was a clunker for them, and they have been playing very good baseball just in general. I mean, and again, you got to give some credit to Contreras. He pitched very well, and the Pirates are a young team, maybe a little bit more energy during the course of the day. It was a hot one out there. That's not an excuse. They've been playing very good baseball. Have the Phillies, and at some point, you know, you're not going to win every single game. At some point, you know, a team can come back and get you, and that's exactly what happened today.
Yeah, and they set themselves up so they can have clunkers like this without losing a lot of ground, obviously, that we showed you in the wild card standings. I want to go back to Noah Syndergaard because John was saying, Ben, what you said, he seemed to be kind of elevating his pitches. That could have been just one of those things in the heat. He just wasn't hitting the spots like you've seen him earlier in the starts where he went the last previous two. He was, what, 7 innings each of those. This one, he barely doesn't even get through the 6th.
Yeah, after the first inning, obviously they get the 1 run. He kind of settled down for 4 innings, and then he just started to elevate the baseball, and that's when things really started to go off the rails for him. The breaking ball wasn't as sharp, and again, that sinker was just a little flat. And you leave that sinkers up in the middle of the plate, and obviously the Pirates took advantage of it. But you know, I liked what I saw after that first inning. Then he just kind of ran into a wall there in the 6th. And I don't know if, like Ruben said, it was a hot one over there today. I don't know if he just ran out of gas, but it's one of those things that you just kind of cross it off, put that game in your rear view, and head to Arizona.
Well, let's check in with Rob Thompson after his team's shutout loss.
Syndergaard just kind of ran out of gas there in the 6th inning.
Yeah, a little bit. He was starting to miss some location, getting the ball up a little bit. Tried to get him through it, but, yeah, just couldn't. JT threw the runner out at second base, and I thought we were going to get, through it, but didn't. But I thought the bullpen did a great job. Nelson, what were they, 3 1/3 innings, no hits, no walks, 2 strikeouts. So, and Brogdon pitched well, kind of a lower leverage situation. Nelly pitched well, and Coonrod's really been throwing the ball well. So.
You mentioned the JT thing. The book on Syndergaard when he came over said a lot of running base stealers. What have you thought of JT's impact on that the last couple of starts?
Well, it's been great, but the pitching coaches and Noah have done a lot of work on controlling the running game. So he sped up a little bit, and so it's helping for sure.
What did you see from Contreras that kind of gave you guys some problems?
Slider. He kept us off the barrel. It's a good slider. He's got a good arm. We couldn't get much going. Sosa hits that line shot with the bases loaded right at center fielder. That was about the only time we had something going. So that was too bad. But he pitched good. You got to kind of give him credit.
Obviously, hopefully you want to end it just overall looking at the homestand. Nola looked great. You get Bryce back.
Yeah.
Kind of gearing up for the stretch right now.
Yeah, 7-4 homestand. We'll take that for sure, especially after how it started. And we're healthy and we're getting healthier every day, and just keep moving forward.
Syndergaard's work in order to speed up. Has he mentioned to you anything about how he thinks it's impacting his game overall?
No, I haven't asked him about it, but I know that his times to the plate are quicker now than they were when he got here. And he's changing his tempo, and he's trying to do some things to keep people off balance. So. Thank you.